charge configurations. The first is electric potential due to the point charge. What is the formula for electric potential due to point charge? काय अडचण आहे सगळ्यांना फॉर्म्युला म्हणायला? What is the formula due to electric potential due to point charge? It will be Q upon small r. Then we had electric potential due to the line charge. Let's say this is the line charge. And let us say it is positively charged, having length L, charge Q and charge per unit length lambda. From that line charge at distance equal to r, here let us say we want to figure out the potential. Then what was the formula? The formula was K lambda ln L plus R upon R. K lambda ln L plus R upon R. Then we have seen electric potential at a point which is center of the uniformly or non-uniformly. Doesn't matter it is uniformly charged or non-uniformly charged. At the center of this ring, let's say ring has radius equal to capital R. Electric potential at a point which is the center of the ring. What is the formula? KQ upon capital R. Then we have also seen electric potential at a point on the axis of the ring. Doesn't matter, in this case also ring is uniformly or non-uniformly charged. We can take radius of the ring as small a, this distance as x and this oblique distance as small r. What is the potential at a point on the axis of the ring? It is KQ upon small r, or you can replace that small r as under root a square plus x square. And finally we have also seen electric potential due to disk. Because of the disk, what is the electric potential? Of course disk should be uniformly charged. This oblique distance you can take as r, this radius a, axial distance x. So what is this? Electric potential at a point on the axis of the disk. It is sigma upon 2 epsilon 0 in the bracket r minus x, and you can replace that r as under root a square plus x square. So these are the terms, these are the formulae that you have to remember. Now let us try to solve some examples. Let us solve example number 7. Consider the following rod and find the potential due to it at point P. So basically we have to find potential at point P due to uniformly charged but finite rod. Uniformly charged but finite rod. So let us consider this as a uniformly charged rod, but it is finite rod. Let us say it is positively charged. Now this is the point P. The angle made by the top point is 45 and angle made by bottom point is also 45. You can see in the model. But let us derive this as a general case. So we will take angle made by the top point as theta 1 and angle made by the bottom point as theta 2. Angle made by bottom point as theta 2. And we will take this perpendicular distance as small r. And this is the point where we want to figure out the potential. Now derivation, what can be done? Because charge is distributed over the length, I will consider very small length, and on that small length there will be very small charge dq. I will take this oblique distance as z. And from this point I will take this vertical distance as y, and this distance is already r. Distance already r is. So we will take this distance as r, or you can take it as x also, no problem. So at AD general angle theta, I will consider a small charge dq, distance from the reference point. This is our reference point. This distance from the reference point will be taken as y. This small length will be taken as dy. The small length ji ase. This small length will be taken as dy. On that small length dy, there will be small charge dq. Total charge will be q, or the rod might become infinite, so we will say charge per unit length lambda. Instead of giving charge, we will give charge per unit length. So what can be done? This dq will produce small potential dv. At this place we want to figure out what is the total potential. This dq will produce small potential dv, and because dq is a point charge, we can use the formula of point charge. It will be k dq upon r. Here r is z, and such n number of dq's are present over this entire rod. The first dq will be present here, the last dq will be present here. Now to find out the answer, we will do integral dv. Now for this integral dv, observe this carefully. K dq upon z. Z is distance of dq from the given point P. This is given point P. This dq is at what distance? Z distance from the point P. Now to solve this, what is done is this: k outside integration, dq inside integration, z is also inside integration. Now to solve this integration, you have to convert entire thing in the language of theta, because for this bottommost dq, you know the angular position as theta 2. Now theta 2 is just a number, so its angular position, because it is measured clockwise, you can take this angular position as negative, and because this is measured anti-clockwise, or because this is measured below this line, you can take this angle as negative, and as this uppermost dq साठी किती घेऊयात? थीटा 2 हा जर नंबर घेतला तर मायनस थीटा 2 ही त्याची ऍक्च्युअल अँग्युलर पोझिशन घेतली पाहिजे. थीटा 2 इज जस्ट अ नंबर, so minus theta 2 will represent the positions which are below this reference line, and this will be taken as plus theta 1. So limits of theta are known. For this dq, the limit of theta is minus theta 2, and for this topmost dq, theta will be plus theta 1, and for this small length dy, the corresponding angle will be d theta. The dy साठी जो angle असेल तो काय असेल? d theta असेल. dy साठी जो angle आहे तो किती घेऊया आपण? d theta घेऊया. This dy is making what angle? d theta. dy ने केलेला जो angle आहे हा थीटा आहे, इथपर्यंत थीटा आहे, याच्या पुढे जो आहे due to finite rod, but here we are deriving it. फॉर्म्युला लक्षात ठेवलास तरी चाललं असतं, पण आपल्याला तो डिराइव्ह करायचा आहे. So now how to replace this dq? Observe this carefully. This dq is to be ultimately replaced in the language of d theta. Before that, this dq can be replaced in the language of dy. dq can be replaced in the language of dy. How to replace it? Charge per unit length into its length. What is the length of the dq? It is dy. Again, we have to replace this z in the language of theta. R is constant. This perpendicular distance of the point P from this wire, R is constant. So we can replace Z in the language of theta using cos ratio. Don't bring Y in the equation. Y is to be eliminated. Okay. We have two variables here, Z and Y. Both are to be replaced in the language of theta. So to replace Z in the language of theta, you can take the help of this R. So you can say R is equal to Z. This oblique distance is how much? Z. So this R will be equal to how much? This R will be Z cos theta. So Z can be replaced by R upon cos theta. Z can be replaced as R upon cos theta, and dq is replaced by lambda into dy. Charge for unit length into its length. Now the problem is replacement of dy. For this replacement of dy in the language of r and theta, or simply d theta, what can be done? For this replacement of dy, in the language of theta, you can take the help of opposite side, adjacent side, and the angle. Means you can take the help of tan ratio. Don't bring z in the equation. Z is a variable, y is a variable. Both are to be eliminated in the language of theta, because you know the limits of theta. Now we have to replace this dy in the language of d theta. So somehow relate this y with this theta, but don't take the help of this z. Z is variable. For all the dq, z is not going to remain same, but for all the dq, this perpendicular distance r is going to remain same. So you can take the help of tan ratio. So you can say opposite side is equal to adjacent into tan theta. Opposite is equal to adjacent into tan theta, and you can take derivative on both the sides with respect to theta. So d by d theta of y is equal to d by d theta of y. Y is what? R tan theta. So r can be taken outside. Derivative of tan theta is sec square theta. So there you get replacement of dy in the language of d theta. So what is replacement of dy? It is r sec square theta d theta. Now we have replaced this z in the language of theta. We have replaced the dy in the language of d theta. Now you can use equation 2 in equation 1, and finally you get the potential as integration lambda dy can be replaced as r sec square theta d theta upon r upon cos theta. R upon cos theta is r sec theta. 1 upon cos theta is what? Sec theta. So, or you can write r upon cos theta, doesn't matter. Or you can simply say upon 1 upon cos is sec. Here k is outside this integration. You have limits of theta also. Theta goes from minus theta 2 to plus theta 1, where theta 1 and theta 2 are numbers. So this k lambda r cancel. Inside the integration we have sec theta d theta. Inside the integration we have sec theta d theta. Limits from minus theta 2 to plus theta 1, where theta 1 theta 2 are numbers, and plus minus signs we have taken care of separately, and that gives us the final answer. integration of sec theta d theta is log mod sec theta plus tan theta. This formula we have to remember. What is integration of sec theta? Everyone, what is integration of sec theta? Log mod sec theta plus tan theta. What is integration of sec theta? Log mod sec theta plus tan theta. What are the limits to this? Minus theta 2 to plus theta 1. So that's it. This is the formula. This is the generalized formula. बस तुमचा formula है. Now for example 7, what can be done? For example 7, if this is the rod, फक्त लिमिट्स टाकायचे, बाकी काय करायचंच नाहीये. Let's say this is the rod having charge per unit length is equal to how much? Lambda. And this is the point where you want to figure out the electric potential. The angle made by the top point is equal to how much? Angle made by top point is also 45. Angle made by the bottom point is also what? 45. Top point चे bottom point चे angles त्यांनी किती दिलेले आहेत? 45 degree. 45 degree दिलेले. So theta 1 किती झाला तुमचा? 45. Theta 2 पण 45 झाला. Limits कसे असतात? Minus theta 2 to plus theta 1. So you can write here theta 1. You can write here theta 2. No problem. And this this perpendicular distance is equal to how much? R. What is the formula for potential due to finite rod? K lambda ln mod sec theta plus tan theta. What is potential due to finite rod, everyone? K lambda ln sec theta plus tan theta. K lambda ln sec theta plus tan theta. Limits from minus theta 2 to plus theta 1. So you can solve this as K lambda ln minus theta 2 is actually minus 45 and plus theta 2 is actually plus 45. So log mod minus 45 plus tan of minus 45. This is upper limit minus lower limit. Log m minus log n is log m upon n. Log m minus log n is log m upon n. So what is, okay, we made a mistake. पहिल्यांदा काय टाकलं पाहिजे? पहिल्यांदा upper limit टाकलं पाहिजे ना. First we have to put upper limit. What is the upper limit? Log upper limit minus log lower limit is log of upper limit upon lower limit. So here we will have sec of minus 45 plus tan of minus 45. So K lambda ln mod sec 45 is going to be root 2, tan 45 1. Sec of minus 45 is again root 2. Cos ला आणि sec ला फरक पडत नाही. Cos 45 and cos of minus 45, cos theta and cos of minus theta. What is sin of minus theta? It is minus sin theta. What is tan of minus theta? It is also minus tan theta. But what is cos of minus theta? It is simply cos theta. So cos ला काही फरक पडत नाही. Sin जरी minus झालं तरी cos positive राहणार. Similarly, sec will remain the positive. So sec 45 is going to be still root 2. And what is tan of minus 45? Minus tan 45. So that will be minus 1. So here answer positive येणार आहे, त्यामुळे mod काय टाकायची गरज नाही. So this is your answer of potential. एवढंच करायचं. So if you remember potential due to finite rod, you can directly get the answer of this question. But we should be capable of deriving it like this. Derivation पण आपल्याला करता यायला पाहिजे. What is the formula for potential due to finite rod? Everyone? K lambda ln mod sec theta plus tan theta potential due to finite rod, k lambda ln mod sec theta plus tan theta, limits from minus theta 2 to plus theta 1. Okay, so just use that formula, you will get the answer. Next, example number 8. See this carefully. Find the minimum velocity v0 such that particle crosses the ring. Find minimum velocity v0 such that particle crosses the ring. Find the minimum velocity v0 such that particle crosses the ring. Such that particle crosses the ring. So let us draw the ring. Now they have given radius of the ring as capital R. So let us take this distance as capital R. They have also drawn the axis. They have also drawn this axis. Now at a point on the axis there is some position at which there is an initial position of the charge. This is the charge and it is the initial position, and it is thrown with what speed? It is thrown with what speed? v0. Particle is thrown with speed equal to v0. At what distance it was initially present from the center? Capital R. And what is the radius of the ring? That is also capital R. Okay. Now we will assume that the charge on the ring is positive and it is equal to capital Q. Charge on the ring is positive and it is equal to capital Q. Now if you throw, let's say this charge is also positive. What is the question? What should be the minimum velocity v0 so that the particle can cross the ring? So suppose you throw it with very small speed, what will happen? Its speed will go on decreasing, it will stop here and come back. Because of repulsion it will decrease its speed and it will stop somewhere in between and it will come back. If you increase the speed a little bit, then what will happen? It will go close to the ring but will not cross the ring. Again it will stop here and again come back. But if you throw it with sufficient speed, then it will be able to cross the ring. See, the ring is repelling this charge. You want this charge to cross the ring. So it should not stop somewhere in between. If it stops somewhere in between, it will come back. So what should be the minimum value of this speed v0 so that the particle crosses the ring? So very simple. You have to throw it with at least that speed so that it can reach the center. सेंटरला जाऊन थांबला तर चालेल, आणि सेंटर पेक्षा जरा जरी पुढे गेला तर रिंगच त्याला रिपेल करेल ना. So you have to throw it with at least that speed so that particle will not stop anywhere in between, but it stops only at center. If it stops at center, or if it just crosses the center, either it should just cross the center or it should at least go to the center, only then it will be able to cross the ring. रिंग क्रॉस करायसाठी काय केलं पाहिजे? आधीच कुठेही थांबून चालणार नाही. कुठे थांबला पाहिजे? सेंटरला. फार जोरात फेकलं तर काय अडचणच नाही, पण त्यांनी काय विचारलंय? मिनिमम स्पीड. With what minimum speed it should be thrown so that it crosses the ring? Means it should not stop anywhere in between. If at all it stops, it should stop at center or just ahead of the center, means almost at the center. So for that what we can do is this. Okay, we can simply use the conservation of energy. By conservation of energy we can say for v0 to be equal to minimum, particle should just reach the center of the ring. It should just reach the center of the ring. For particle to cross the ring, or for v0 equal to v minimum, it should at least go to the center. If it goes to the center, then it will cross the ring. Then for that we can say total initial KE initial plus PE initial is equal to KE final plus PE final. Now we will assume that this ring is at rest. So ring will not have any kind of kinetic energy. But this charge will have initial kinetic energy. 1/2. Let us take the mass of this charge as small m. 1/2 small m into V naught square. Now you can write here V naught minimum also, no problem. Plus potential energy of these two people. या दोघांची मिळून पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी काढायची. कसं काढणार? या पॉइंट हा काय पॉइंट चार्ज नाहीये. दिस इज नॉट अ पॉइंट चार्ज. if it was a point charge, you could have directly written k q1 q2 upon r12, but this is not the point charge. So how to write potential energy of ring and point charge? Very simple. What is the formula for potential due to the ring? Potential due to the ring चा formula काय असतो? At a point on the axis, potential energy of the given charge upon the given charge. Here you can treat this small q as what? Test charge, and that test charge will give you potential energy of the test charge, and then you will divide that again by the test charge. So this will give you potential at a point on the axis of the ring. So instead of calculating the potential as k q1 q2 upon r, that formula can be used only for 2 point charges. This is not the point charge. So what can you do? You can use the concept of potential, or you can use the definition of potential. Potential at this point is equal to what? At this point you will place the test charge, and then you will say potential energy of the test charge upon the test charge. So what is the potential energy of the test charge? Potential into charge. So potential energy चा फॉर्म्युला काय तयार होतोय? What is your potential energy? Potential at your place into your charge. Potential at your place into your charge. What is your potential energy? Potential at your place into the charge. So potential at a point on the axis of the ring into your charge is your potential energy. काय केलं कळलं का बघा? So potential energy चा फॉर्म्युला काय वापरला मी? Potential into charge. What is the formula for potential energy? Potential energy of the point charge is potential into charge. So who is producing potential here? The source charge. And you can treat this small q as test charge. Is equal to final kinetic energy, means finally it will be at the center. It just reaches the center, means it can stop at center, no problem. So at the center you can take kinetic energy to be equal to 0. And at the center what is the potential? What is the potential energy? Again same formula. What is the formula for potential energy? Potential at your place into your charge. Potential energy of the point charge is potential into charge. So at the center, check what is the potential produced by this ring into your charge. Now we have to simply solve this. We will get minimum value of this V naught. So 1/2 m V naught square is equal to potential at the center minus potential at a point on the axis multiplied by q. So we are almost at the answer. What is potential? This is the only one equation, one unknown game. What is potential at a point on the center of the ring? It is kq upon capital R minus what is potential at a point on the axis of the ring? kq upon small r. It is kq upon small r, but small r is the variable that we have taken. आपण घेतलेलं व्हेरिएबल आहे. सो स्मॉल आर ला रिप्लेस करावं लागेल. किती येणार आहे आत्ताच्या केस मध्ये स्मॉल आर? It will be √2r in this case. Small r is the variable that we have taken. So it will be kq upon capital R minus kq upon √2 capital R bracket complete into q. What can be taken common? kq upon capital R in the bracket 1 minus 1 by √2 into small q. This is what? 1/2 m V naught square. This half, this 2 can be taken on the right side. This 2 can be taken on right side. M can also be taken on right side. So that gives you V naught square. And finally you can take the square root. What will be the final answer? Under root क्रॉस द सेंटर. आपण याला सेंटर पर्यंत पोहोचवलं, मग सेंटरला जाऊन थांबला ना, रिंग क्रॉस झाली म्हणता येणार नाही. मग काय करावं लागेल, ऍक्च्युअल स्पीड याच्यापेक्षा स्लाइटली हायर. ऍक्च्युअल स्पीड शुड बी स्लाइटली हायर दॅन दिस, सो दॅट इट विल just cross the center. If it just crosses the center, ring will start repelling it, it will cross the ring. अलग लक्षात. Next question number 9. A ring of radius equal to capital R is having two charges q and 2q distributed on its two half parts. So let us take this ring and let us divide it into two parts. Let us divide this ring into two parts, upper half and lower half. Let us say in the upper half it has charge equal to, upper half मध्ये charge काय बघा, q आहे की 2q आहे. In the upper half the charge is equal to how much, q, and in the lower half what is the charge, 2q. So this ring is having total charge equal to how much, 3q. एवढ्या पार्ट मधला चार्ज q आहे, एवढ्या पार्ट मधला चार्ज 2q आहे. So is this ring uniformly charge distributed? On this ring is the charge uniformly distributed? No. Fine. Find the electric potential at a point on its axis at distance 2 root 2 r. So let us draw the axis. Let's say this is the axis of the ring. What is the distance of the point on the axis of the ring? 2 root 2 times capital R. 2 root 2 times capital R. And what is the radius of the ring? Capital R. You can take this radius of the ring as capital R. At this point you have to figure out the potential. Very simple. You know what is the formula for potential at a point on the axis of the ring. What is the formula for potential at a point on the axis of the ring? It is kq upon small r. Doesn't matter ring is uniformly or non-uniformly charged. Ring can be uniformly or non-uniformly charged. So just write total charge on the ring. What is total charge on the ring? Q plus 2q. Now the challenge is to replace this small r. How will you replace this small r? Small r is the variable that we have taken. So small r is to be replaced under root r square plus 2 root 2 r bracket square. So what will be the answer? K 3q upon what is this r square? What is this? 8r square. So 1r square plus 8r square, that will be 9r square. So it will be k 3q upon 3r. So it will be kq upon capital R. Clear? Next point is relation between. काय डाउट आहे का मागच्या क्वेश्चन मध्ये? काय लागलंय ना? सिंपल पॉइंट्स आहेत. What is the next point? Relation between electric field intensity. Relation between electric field intensity and electric potential. Relation between electric field intensity and electric potential. Okay. What is the electric field at a given place? काय फॉर्म्युला असतो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड at a given place चा? Force acting on the test charge upon the test charge. Yes or no? And what is the formula for electric potential at a given point? Potential energy of the test charge upon the test charge, right? And what is the relation between potential energy and the force and potential energy? System फोर्स, सिस्टीम फोर्स, इंटरनल फोर्स. सिस्टीमचा फोर्स आणि पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी यांच्यामध्ये काय रिलेशन आहे? इक्वल असतात. मी इक्वल लिहिले म्हणून इक्वल वाचायला, ते दोघं इक्वल नसतात. फोर्स आणि एनर्जी इक्वल असतात, त्यांची युनिट सुद्धा इक्वल असतात. व्हॉट इज रिलेशन बिटवीन पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी अँड द फोर्स? The system force, internal force is minus dou u by dou x into I cap plus dou u by dou y into j cap plus dou u by dou z into k cap. बरोबर? हा फोर्स आहे. दिस इज रिलेशन बिटवीन फोर्स अँड पोटेन्शियल एनर्जी, आहे का? So what if I divide on both the sides by charge? The system force or the internal force, conservative force and the potential energy relation. F bar is equal to minus in the bracket dou u by dou x into I, dou u by dou y into z, dou u by dou z into k. Can I divide by charge? Minus, पुढे काय 1 upon q or okay, let us divide by charge on both the sides. 1 upon q in the bracket dou u by dou x into I plus dou u by dou y into z plus dou u by dou z into k. Dou u by dou z into k. Just dividing on both the sides by charge. दोन्ही साइडला चार्ज ने डिवाइड केलं. What is the left hand side? What is the left hand side? Electric field intensity at a given point. Now this charge is a fixed value. I will take it inside the derivative also. It's a constant. It can be taken inside derivative. It can be taken outside the derivative also. See what I am doing. काय करतोय कळतंय का? But what is potential energy of the charge upon the charge? It is potential. Yes or no? Potential energy of the charge upon the charge is what? Potential at that place where charge is placed. What is this? Potential. What is this? Potential. So what is the relation between electric field and potential? Is this? What is that? Minus in the bracket, dou v by dou x into I plus dou v by dou y into z plus dou v by dou z into k. So if you take, okay, this is what derivative with respect to distance. Derivative with respect to time means rate. Derivative with respect to time means what? Rate. And derivative with respect to distance means what? Gradient. This is what? Gradient of potential energy. Gradient means derivative with respect to distance. So this is gradient of potential energy. And this is negative sign. So you can say negative gradient of potential energy. Negative gradient of potential energy is the force, and negative gradient of potential, negative gradient of potential is the field. If you take gradient of potential energy, you will get force, and if you take gradient of potential, you will get field. So these are the two relations that we have to simply remember. काय काय आले दोन relations? What is the relation between force and potential energy? F bar is equal to minus in the bracket dou u by dou x into I plus plus dou u by dou z into k. And what is relation between electric field and potential? Minus in the bracket dou u by dou बघा फॉर्म्युला सगळ्यांना म्हणायची इच्छा पण नाही, 4 लोक फक्त फॉर्म्युला म्हणतात. व्हॉट इज द फॉर्म्युला? E bar is equal to minus in the bracket dou u by dou x into I plus dou u का dou v for potential energy you will say u, for potential you will say v. Potential साठी तुम्ही v म्हणाल. So these are the two relations that you have to remember. This is relation between conservative force and potential energy, and this is relation between field and potential. This is relation between force and potential energy, and this is relation between field and potential. Now you can simply write this as negative as it is. This entire operation is known as gradient. Gradient of what? Potential energy. Again here also this minus sign, this entire operation is what? Gradient. And gradient of what? Potential. पोटेन्शियलचं ग्रेडियंट घेतलं की काय मिळतं? फील्ड मिळते. आणि पोटेन्शियल एनर्जीचं ग्रेडियंट घेतलं की फोर्स मिळतो. याच्यामध्ये आपण काय केलं होतं? फॉर वन डायमेन्शनल केस केलं होतं. फॉर वन डायमेन्शनल केस फोर्सचा फॉर्म्युला काय आहे ना? मायनस dou u by dou x into I. But this is partial derivative. Partial derivative is necessary when u is function of x, y and z. बरोबर ना? पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव केव्हा घेतो आपण? when u is or potential energy is function of x, y and z. तेव्हा x ला व्हेरिएबल ट्रीट करणार, y आणि z ला कॉन्स्टंट. For this y will be taken as constant, y will be taken as variable, x and z terms will be taken as constant. And for this derivative z will be taken as variable, x and y are constant. But for one dimensional case u will be function of only x. So is this partial derivative necessary? No. So these partial derivatives can be written as full derivatives du by dx. Again it's a one dimensional case, so instead of writing f bar and I cap, people write simply as f is equal to, still it is a vector relation, still it is a vector relation. A positive force indicates rightward force, negative force indicates leftward force. Similarly tell me here, for one dimensional case, this is for three dimensional case. Now you tell me for one dimensional case, what is the electric field? It will be minus dou v by dou x into I cap. Again people will say partial derivative is not necessary, because here for three dimensional case v will be the function of, potential will be the function of x, y, z. But here potential is function of only x. So here instead of calculating partial derivative, people will calculate full derivative. So you can simply say dv by dx. But again for one dimensional case, instead of writing E bar and I cap, positive electric field means rightward electric field and negative electric field means leftward electric field. So what will be the answer? E is equal to minus dv by dx. This we have already done in the chapter work power energy. केलं होतं का? Relation between conservative force and potential energy. This was the relation. Divide by charge, divide by charge. Force by charge, field. Potential energy by charge, potential. Force per unit charge is field and potential energy per unit charge is potential. Divide by charge on both the sides. कळलं का बघा? Okay, now this relation can give you electric field if the electric potential is given to you. Electric potential is scalar quantity, but this I, J, K will ultimately create a vector quantity. Potential is scalar, this V part is scalar, so derivative of scalar will be once again scalar, but this extra I, J, K will create it into a vector. So So potential is scalar, but field is vector. Similarly, potential energy is also scalar, but force is vector. You can see these IJK signs. Fine. Now this relation is used to calculate field if potential is given. हे relation कधी वापरायचं आहे? To calculate electric field when electric potential is given. What if electric field is given and we want to calculate electric potential? त्या केस मध्ये काय करायचं? त्या केस मध्ये बघा काय करायचं. ही जी वन डायमेन्शन वाली केस आहे ती पहिल्यांदा समजून घेऊ. Now for one dimensional case, so let me write electric field is equal to, I know it is a vector E bar, but for one dimensional case I will write, instead of E bar I will write E, instead of minus I cap I will write minus, or instead of I cap I will write plus, and minus I cap minus. So it is this case. So from this, can I write this as small change in potential? What is this? Change in potential upon change in position. Change in potential upon change in position. So small change in potential is equal to what? Small change in potential is equal to what? Minus E into dx. Minus E into dx. This is the actual relation. And if you treat them as vectors, then you can also write them as E bar and dx bar. E bar and dx bar. म्हणजे यांना वेक्टर म्हणून ट्रीट केलं तरी चालेल. हे ऍक्च्युअली वेक्टर्सच आहेत. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड हा वेक्टरच आहे आणि हा जो dx आहे ही डिस्प्लेसमेंट आहे, स्मॉल चेंज इन पोझिशन आहे, हे वेक्टर्सच आहेत. सो इट इज दिस रिलेशन. यू कॅन राइट देम एज E bar dot dx bar also, dx bar, dy bar, dz bar, और ज्या लाईनच्या अलॉंग तुम्ही हे डेरिव्हेटिव्ह काढताय किंवा हे E bar dot dx bar काढताय त्या लाईनचं नोटेशन घ्या. समजा या लाईनला तुम्ही y घेतलं तर इथं काय लिहिणार? E bar dot dy bar. For this line you can use the letter x also. For this line you can use the letter z also, or simple letter r also. पाहिजे ती लेटर तुम्ही वापरू शकताय, काय अडचण नाही. So this gives you small change in potential. This gives you small change in potential over the small distance or small displacement dx. When you change the distance by amount equal to dx, or when you change the position by amount equal to dx, potential changes by dv. So this is small change in potential and this is small change in position. So can I write total change in potential or potential difference? Total change in potential means what? Total change in potential is equal to what? Potential difference between the 2 points is equal to integration of small change in potentials while going from location x1 to location x2. So change in potential चा फॉर्म्युला किंवा potential difference चा फॉर्म्युला काढते बघा. काय येतोय? इंटिग्रेशन माइनस E bar dot dx bar. Limits of x are from x1 to x2. This is the formula for potential difference. So at final position you will have some final potential. So potential difference चा फॉर्म्युला काय झाला? मायनस इंटिग्रेशन च्या बाहेर घ्या. So what is the formula for potential difference? Minus integral E bar dot dx bar. Limits from x1 to x2. This is the formula for potential difference. And this is change in potential, means potential at final position minus potential at initial position is equal to what? Minus integral E bar dot dx bar, initial position x1, final position x2. These are the relations that you have to remember. काय केलं कळलं का? This relation is used for what? To find electric field. And this relation is used for what? To find potential difference between the 2 points. Here field will be given and what will be calculated? Potential difference will be calculated. And here potential is given and field will be calculated. questions based on this, you will understand it more. For time being, just read these formulae once again, everyone. E bar is equal to minus in the bracket dou V by dou x into I plus potential difference between 2 points delta V is equal to minus in the bracket minus नाही कसं म्हटलं पाहिजे निगेटिव्ह इंटिग्रल ऑफ E bar dot dx bar. Potential difference between 2 points delta V is equal to negative integral of once again delta V is equal to negative integral of E bar dot dx bar. परत एकदा सांगा इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड E bar is equal to minus in the bracket potential difference delta V is equal to delta V is equal to negative integral of E bar dot dx bar. So final position x2 potential at position x2 minus potential at position x1. आलं का? आता तुमच्या हे पण लक्षात येईल की इलेक्ट्रिक फील्डचं युनिट व्होल्ट पर मीटर लिहिलं होतं ना आपण न्यूटन पर कुलम और व्होल्ट पर मीटर. कसं आलं बघा electric field is equal to what dV by dx. Small change in potential upon small change in position or potential difference upon distance. Small potential difference upon small distance. Potential or potential difference is measured in volt and distance is measured in meter. आलं का volt per meter. So what is unit of electric field? It is volt per meter. Electric field चे unit असेल तुमचं volt per meter. याच्यावरचा एखादा क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करू आपण. Example number 10 बघा. See the potential at a given place in the space is given as x square plus y. Find the electric field as a vector. Potential at given place is a scalar quantity, but they are asking you to find electric field at any general point. Which formula we can use? E bar is equal to minus in the bracket dou V by dou x into I plus dou V by dou z into dou V by dou y into z plus dou V by to k. You can call this as equation 1. Let us find dou V by dou x means dou by dou x of V. What is V? X square plus y. While calculating derivative, this is partial derivative with respect to x. So only x will be taken as variable. So what is derivative of x square with respect to x? 2x. And y is taken as constant. So what is derivative of constant? 0. Now what is dou V by dou y? That will be dou by dou y of V. What is V? X square plus y. Now x will be taken as constant. So x square is also constant. So what is derivative of constant? 0. And y will be taken as variable. Derivative of y with respect to y? 1. And what is dou V by dou z? That will be dou by dou z of V. What is V? X square plus y. Now x is also constant, y is also constant, only z is variable. So x square is constant, y is constant, x square plus y is again a constant. So you can call this as equation 2. Now you can use equation 2 in equation 1. So what is electric field at any general place? Minus in the bracket. What is dou V by dou x? 2x bracket complete into I cap plus what is dou V by dou y? 1 bracket complete into j cap plus what is dou V by dou z? 0 into k cap. So what is electric field at any general place x, y, z? Minus 2x I cap minus j cap. So this is the electric field at any general place. same at all places or changes from place to place? Changes from place to place. So this is uniform electric field or non-uniform electric field? This is non-uniform इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. समजा मी तुम्हाला असा पुढे जाऊन प्रश्न विचारला की फाइंड आउट द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ऍट लोकेशन 1, 2, 3, तर काय करणार? You know electric field at any general position. In that you can put x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2 and z is equal to 3. So what will be the answer? -2 into 1. y आणि z टाकायची गरज. So what will be the answer? -2y minus g. Now tell me, this electric field is uniform or non-uniform? ही जी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड आली ही युनिफॉर्म आहे की नॉन युनिफॉर्म आहे? ही काय युनिफॉर्म आहे की नॉन युनिफॉर्म? नॉन युनिफॉर्म. आणि ही काय आहे? युनिफॉर्म. काय तुमचं डोकं? अरे ही फील्ड नॉन युनिफॉर्म आहे. यातल्याच एका पॉइंटला आपण फील्ड काढली आहे. एका पॉइंटला फील्ड काढून युनिफॉर्म नॉन युनिफॉर्म असा प्रश्न असतो का? एका पॉइंटला फील्डची व्हॅल्यू काढून युनिफॉर्म का नॉन युनिफॉर्म असा प्रश्न तरी असतो का? एका पॉइंटची फील्ड बघून तुम्ही युनिफॉर्म नॉन युनिफॉर्म सांगू शकताय? कसं सांगू शकताय? आम्हाला लेक्चर कधी संपेल हे झालेलं आहे, लक्षच नाहीये. एका कुठल्या तरी पर्टिक्युलर पॉइंटची फील्ड काढून युनिफॉर्म नॉन युनिफॉर्म हा क्वेश्चनच सेन्सलेस आहे. एनी जनरल पॉइंटची फील्ड बघून सांगता येते युनिफॉर्म की नॉन युनिफॉर्म. ह्याला कुठलं आलं युनिफॉर्म नॉन युनिफॉर्म? एका पर्टिक्युलर पॉइंटला काय फील्ड आहे ते सांगितलं. पुढे जाऊन त्याच पर्टिक्युलर पॉइंटला जी फील्ड आहे त्याचा आम्हाला मॅग्निट्यूड पण विचारतात. मग तो मॅग्निट्यूड कसा काढला जाईल? अंडर रूट कोइफिशियंट ऑफ आय स्क्वेअर प्लस कोइफिशियंट ऑफ जे स्क्वेअर. त्या पर्टिक्युलर पॉइंटला असलेली इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड त्याचा मॅग्निट्यूड आला 5 न्यूटन पर कुलोम और व्होल्ट पर मीटर. काय करायचं कळालं का? फक्त पार्शियल डेरिव्हेटिव्ह घ्यायचं आहे, दॅट्स इट. एवढंच करायचं. सीबीएसई वाल्यांना होमवर्क दिलाय, त्यांनी आज नोटबुक चेक करून घ्यायचं. किती लोक, कोण कोण सीबीएसई ला आहे हात वर करा पहिला. हा, आता यातल्या किती लोकांचे एक्सरसाइज कंप्लीट झालेले आहेत करून? त्यांनी हात वर करा. झाले, तुम्ही लोकांनी आज चेक करून घ्या. बाकीच्यांनी हात वर करा ज्यांचे कंप्लीट नाही आहेत. सीबीएसई ला आहेत पण होमवर्क कंप्लीट नाही आहे. कंप्लीट आहे का? बाकी सगळ्यांचं कंप्लीट आहे का? हात मोठा वरती करा. कधी होईल कंप्लीट? आणि का नाही झालं कंप्लीट? मग हात वरती करा. कोणाकोणाचा नाही आहे हात खाली करायचाच नाही आहे. का नाही कंप्लीट झालं? चालू तर केलायस का? कुठला चॅप्टर करायचा? इलेक्ट्रिक चार्जेस अँड फील्ड. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड अँड चार्जेस नाही, पहिला चार्जेस नंतर फील्ड. तुमचा व्हायला पाहिजे आज. आज तुम्हाला वेळ आहे, 1 वाजेपर्यंतच लेक्चर आहे. 1 नंतर रात्री 11, 12, 1 वाजेपर्यंत वेळ आहे. 12-13 तास वेळ आहे. व्हायला पाहिजे आज. उद्या सगळ्यांचं चेकिंग होईल. ज्यांचं आज कंप्लीट आहे त्यांनी आज चेकिंग करून घ्या. बाकीच्यांनी राहिलेल्यांनी उद्या ते कंप्लीशन करा. ठीक आहे? हे सगळे पीपीटी वगैरे सगळं लिंक वरती अपलोडेड आहे, तुम्ही लिंक चेक करू शकताय.